Hi and welcome to ZOG. In this video I'm going to show you our new product, Beatmaster, which is a drum loop machine, and I've got it loaded up here in Logic Pro. And to use Beatmaster you need to have the full version of Contact 5.8.1. This will not work in the free Contact player, so you must make sure that you have the full version of Contact to use this product. So like I said, I've got it loaded up here in Logic. Essentially what Beatmaster is it's a sample library which has got 4,000 loops all plumbed in and all sliced and chopped and ready to go. All of the loops will respond to tempo change, and this is the main interface here. And at the top here we've got all the sort of editable buttons which do various things, which I'll go through in a minute, and in the center you've got the loop itself. If I just play one of the loops, so you'll see it go through each slice of the sample. I've got it mapped out along the keyboard here, and then if I click one of these, it just plays through the different loops. If I play on the keyboard, same thing happens. And I've actually got Funk 120 BPM loaded up at the moment. But if I click in here, you'll see there's lots of funk loops ranging from 90 to 140 BPM. So we can change the pitch and the speed, the feel. You really can sort of go to town on these loops and make them sound quite different to what they are originally. But I think they all sound absolutely fantastic as they are. So just to go through some of the editable features. So if I choose this loop here, so these are the parts here. When if I click on them, it will play the actual sliced parts. If I click on this here, it will reverse. It will reverse the parts which you've selected. So if I just unclick these, that will get rid of the reverse. Now you have to click on edit to make any of this editable. So if I now click on stretch, click stretch. Now if I pull this down, you'll hear it stretch. Now I can reset all of this at any time just by clicking the resettable button here. So if I go to, if a preview is on, so it means I'm previewing as I'm making the changes. So if I click on random, it will random the loop, doing random stretch settings for each slice in the loop. Again, I'm going to click on reset. So I can do, I can change the part as well for each of the parts of the loop. So if I, basically for that kick, it will go through all of the assigned loops on the keys, and it will basically go through and replace the kick part or that selected part and choose whichever one you land on. But basically you're effectively going up through the keys on the keyboard. So I reset that again now. That's what it is originally. So it's a great way of coming up with kind of new loops. I can also tune. And I can change the volume here. This is really useful as well if you've got some really loud snares that you just want to pull down slightly. If I just pull those snares down. And And you can change the attack as well. And what's really good is as you make the changes, as you drag this up, you can hear the changes in real time. And also we can alter the pan as well. Just going to click reset on that. So if I click on random, not random, zigzag, it will zigzag the panning. It will zigzag whatever you're on at the top, basically. So I'll reset again now. So if I do stretch, click zigzag. So it works in a similar way to random, in that if I click on random now, it will random the stretches. If I'm on pan and click on random, it will randomize the panning. And also, if I do the tune, click on zigzag, it will randomize. So that's the basic functions of Beatmaster. And as I say, everything syncs perfectly in with Logic. I'm at 120 BPM at the moment. So we've also got feel, there's different feel settings. So if I play, let's choose a different loop. I choose feel 4. Just different and then original. If I click here, we've got the 120 now, 100. If we go to 130, just got a different set of loops basically. Now what's really good is if I choose this loop here, and this one here, you can see at the bottom here, this is the key that I'm playing, but it chops all the parts, which you'll see when my cursor is here. So whatever you're selected here, you'll have the chopped parts on the keys up here. So it's basically, it's all chopped up for you, and again synced perfectly into Logic. So, and then if I click on these short keys up here, it will basically go through the different groups of funk samples. So if I was say in house or drum and bass now, and I changed it, it would change through the different loops that are available for that loaded contact file. So if I'll just do that now actually. So I shut this one down, and then I'll load up drum and bass. And I'll set it to 165. So if I pick a loop, so if I click on this key here, you'll see at the moment it's drum and bass 170 BPM 1. We go to here, it will say 170 BPM 5. There's a different selection of loops. And again, you can see it going through the chopped parts of the loop here. So we've got speed, we can half the speed. We've got normal and double. Octave, this is useful just to tune globally. Go back to here, normal. So again, we can reset here. So all I'm doing here is I'm just playing the loops, and I've got the chopped parts up here. So I've got the sort of main loop here, which you'll see it down there, and then chopped bits. So I click on Edit and click on Tune. I can change that kick there if I want. So it's really easy to get some completely different sounding loops than what you start out with. Like I say, what you start out with is very, very good anyway. It's over 4,000 loops, so plenty to get on with. But it doesn't take long to get something going. That's quite different to what you started out with. So this is the main part of the interface, and then down here we've got the effects rack, which is fantastic because you've got these 8 kind of blocks here. So you've got modulation. You just turn them on and off like this. So if I go to flange, some feedback. Bit of compression. Just tighten up the drums. Bit of EQ. You got your cut here as well. Now this is drive. This is good because it adds a bit of punch to, or a bit of distortion. Tape. Then you got amp and cab down here. That's delay. If we go to, and you got a different, 2 different cabs there, amps rather, and then cabs. You've got a selection here. So we go back to the main interface. So that's basically it. So you've got all sorts of different genres, abstract beats, analog drums, dance beats, drum and bass, electro house, electronic percussion, funk, urban. There's all sorts in there. And yeah, combined with the effects and the editability of the actual loops, you can really get some absolutely fantastic sounding loops going. Further than what comes kind of out the box. So that's the sort of basics of Beatmaster. Thanks for listening, and hope you enjoy it.